Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Very good. It's a movie star Monday, but today is actually a music star Monday. This whole week, we got some really cool stuff. Today, we're visiting with a pop star by the name of Gattison, so not everybody's going to know who this guy is. Super neat guy, though, up-and-coming artist, and very nice dude. Got a new song that came out last week, and they sent it to me, and I was like, you know what? I want to chat with him. And I didn't have a movie star for today, so it worked out really good for him that the timing was perfect. So it's Music Star Monday today. I'll get back to Movie Star Mondays very, very soon, I promise. Later in the week, we have Lee Greenwood, by the way. You know, the God Bless the USA guy? Mm-hmm. So excited to chat with him. And then some other really cool things later in the week. Eddie Trunk, he is a music historian, and we're going to be chatting with him. So it's kind of a music week on this 4th of July week. Now, let's get to our quote for today. The quote is right here. It is, enthusiasm moves the world. Arthur Balfour said that. Again, enthusiasm moves the world. It's a great quote. It's going to be a great week. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, the 2nd day of July. It is National Anisette Day, and that's all I have on the list.
Okay, what is anisette?
I don't know. You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to just check because I'll bet I could probably tell you a little more. And I've got plenty of time because we have one thing. I think it's a flower. I don't know why I think that. Anisette. It is an anise-flavored liqueur. Ooh, so it's not a flower.
Oh.
I was wrong. Distilled anise seed, sometimes adding sugar syrup. So, there you go. I can't believe you didn't know that one. Way to go, Heidi.
Sorry. I know what anise is.
Okay. So anisette is a flavored liqueur that's kind of flavored like anise. Do you like the flavor anise?
I do very
really?
much. Yes.
So that's kind of like a licorice almost,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
like black licorice kind of.
See,
Oh,
it's not my
yum.
Thing. Not my thing. But somebody out there is smiling right now, and they're going to be celebrating today with National Anisette Day happening right now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, Cher told an interviewer that the Broadway show about her life needs a little work. Now, if you know anything about Cher, she's had a little work done.
She's had some work.
Here and there, to the point where I think when she smiles now, you can't even tell. I always thought Cher was beautiful, and I don't understand why she kept having more and more and more and more stuff done. I think it's like an addiction. People who have plastic surgery, because you'll see they'll have one little nip, and then they'll have one little tuck, and then they'll have 7 more nips and 12 more tucks. But now she says that the Broadway show about her life, quote, needs a little work. So there you
I
go.
won't be going to that.
I doubt that I'd be going either, but there you go. Cher in the news. Thanks for listening. We've got your brain on drugs coming up.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
John and Heidi.
And this is your brain on drugs. A Texas man accused of setting fire to a historic Austin building claims that during an interview with investigators that he was pop star Taylor Swift. That's who he said he was. His name, he's 36, his name is Matthew James Caldwell. He's been charged with arson, a second-degree felony. Austin police said they were called at 4:03 a.m. to the building to reports of alarm activation. They thought it was a burglary. When they got there, they saw a man looking out the back door of the building before running down the alley. The man, later identified as Caldwell, was detained by police. He was carrying several bottles of wine believed to be stolen from the club. Police said that when they entered the building, they found smoke inside. Firefighters responded. In an interview with investigators, he denied starting the fire, and then he said, "My name is Taylor Swift. I told him to burn it down, and he did what I told him." That was a quote from him.
Oh, my.
So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but it is so sad. What is the deal with Taylor Swift drawing the crazies, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just don't get it.
So bizarre.
There's several stories where there are people that have, a mental illness, and then somehow they're drawn to Taylor Swift. I just don't get that magnet, but there you go. I guess if you're going to be known for something,
I guess so.
Thanks for listening. This has been Your Brain on Drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, coming soon to the little screen is a little show called the Grammy Awards, and they're increasing their nominee list. Right now, they had the top 5 nominees. Now they're going to have the top 8 nominees. As this show was not long enough before,
I won't be watching that either.
Here's the thing. The show was already way too long, and now it's all about including more people. They're like, well, we want to make sure everybody's included. So,
then what is the point of having an awards ceremony?
Like you
just
put
give
album,
a trophy to everybody.
You put out an album
good.
this year? Yes, you're a nominee.
It's ridiculous.
So anyway, Grammys, I think you did exactly the wrong thing.
They don't even mean anything anymore.
No,
so.
I think they did exactly the wrong thing. I think they should have gone from 3 nominees from 5 down to 3 instead of from 3 up to 8. But that's just my opinion.
It's ridiculous.
Shaquille O'Neal says he's hoping to follow in the footsteps of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and become a movie star. Hey, Shaquille, you want to do that? You need to reach out to me and be a host, be a guest on Movie Star Monday. I mean, it says right in the title that you be a movie star. I don't think that's necessarily going to work, but I'd certainly love to have you chat. Also, one other thing for big screen, little screen. Long Island medium Teresa Caputo and her husband Larry are calling it quits. They're going to have a divorce.
Oh, no.
Do you think she saw that coming? Do you think?
Oh, no. That's awful.
Do you? Seriously? Heidi just doesn't care about nothing today. I don't know what's going on. You have a bad attitude on this Monday.
And I don't think she did see it coming. How ridiculous is that? If she would have known, she wouldn't have gotten married in the first place. So how psychic is she really?
I think she's very, very psychic. So
she is not. She may be psycho.
I knew you were going to say that. I think I'm psychic. All right. We've got something else to get to that's hopefully a little less offensive than Heidi's tirades here. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. According to a new survey, a third of adults say they struggle to spend time with friends because they're too busy or they can't afford to catch up. 3/4 say while they do get some time with friends, it's not as much as they'd like. Do you feel like you get to spend enough time with friends, Heidi, or not?
I don't have any friends.
You do, too.
I don't. I really don't.
I'm your friend.
You're my friend. I spend all day, every day with you. So, yes, I would say
do you feel like you don't have enough time with me?
I spend plenty of time with my friends.
Here's the thing. I think, for me personally, the friends that I have, I get to spend the proper amount of time with them. I don't think there's anybody that I say, I sure wish I could spend more time with them, because if I did, I would spend more time with them. And, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's move on to the next story. July and one of the world's best holidays are here. If you work for Amazon, the retail giant apparently decided to skip over the month of July because if you look on there, everything all talks about back to school. What about the 4th of July, Amazon?
Yeah, wow.
What about all the stuff that's going on this month? So if you look on there, it's all talking about, I don't know, for whatever reason, back to school. What about August? What about July?
Yeah,
Don't forget about those. Police in Dover, Delaware would like to know who dropped a house on the road. They say somebody abandoned a prefabricated home and it was blocking traffic. A Facebook post had been shared thousands of times. The department posted photos of the home and said, "It's not a joke. The house was moved Wednesday." So somebody who was moving a prefabricated home, it fell off the trailer and they said,
they just took
well,
off.
I guess that's where it's staying. We're leaving now. I don't know if they can track them down or
You
not.
would think there would be a way, especially on a prefab home.
You'd
there should
think.
be some sort of identification
Yeah.
on it somewhere because it's being delivered.
You'd think so. A water ride at Six Flags in St. Louis has been closed after a rider said she was flung from a tube and she suffered whiplash. So that's not good. Hope everything's okay there. British police found 82 inbred chihuahuas in a home of a hoarder who passed away last week. That is really sad.
How many?
82.
Holy cow.
And they were all like brothers and sisters, and they were just, repopulating and
I
repopulating.
wonder
And,
how they know that.
I don't know, but...
It's like
It's-
doggy DNA testing you do?
Yeah, I'm sure they can do that, but there's probably some issues going on where they can tell. I'm just saying, if they felt the need to put that in the headline, British police find 82 inbred chihuahuas in a home of a hoarder who died last week.
Sorry,
Yeah, if you
I'm
want-
squirting lotion on my hands.
What is going on over there? You okay?
I'm putting.
It's like you don't even want to be here. It's
I
just,
really don't. It's Monday.
she thought we should
I
take
tried
this
to
whole
call
week
in
off.
sick, and you said
It's
no.
like we should get this whole week off, shouldn't we? No, we should not get this whole week off. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, 82 inbred chihuahuas in the home of a hoarder in Britain. Kind of a sad story. And one last story here. This is such a bizarre story. And this happened on the Lower East Side of New York, where police say a stylish woman stabbed a man in the head with her high heel shoe during a subway brawl. Authorities stated the pair were traveling on a Queens-bound F train near Delancey Street. About 5 a.m. is when this happened. The subway squabble turned violent. The enraged woman ripped off her shoe and jabbed the heel into the left side of the 26-year-old victim's head. Ouch! He is taken to the Bellevue Hospital where medics stapled the wound on his head. They fixed it. They, sutured it. Police say the woman fled the station towards the Williamsburg Bridge. So, can you imagine that? Your morning commute and you get stabbed in the head with a stiletto?
Well, if you attacked her, you had it coming.
It doesn't say that he attacked her.
I've
Now,
tried that before.
what have you tried?
My Converse just don't do that much damage.
What do you keep
so I
smacking?
carry a gun now.
Keep smacking me in the head with your shoe. Would you stop it? No, she has not tried that. If you have, she hadn't tried it with me. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has been your very bizarre scoop of the day.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a movie star Monday, but it's not a movie star, it's a music star. We have pop star Gattison joining us today. And Gattison had a single release last Friday. It's called California Magic. Now, it's not your first. You've been doing this for a little while, Gattison. How long have you been performing, and how long have you been interested in music?
Well, I grew up in a musical family, and so I've been around music my whole life, but I would say that, I started taking it seriously, about 7 years ago. I started kind of pursuing it as more of a career. But like I said, I've been around music my whole life. My great aunt, she was the original singer of a song called "Oh Happy Day," and then my cousin was a guitar player for Prince. So I've just been around music my whole life.
When you were seeing other members of the family involved in the music industry, what was it that drew you to that? Was it the music itself, or was there something else that was drawing you to the music lifestyle?
Well, it was definitely music. I think that to be able to construct melodies and lyrics and put them together to make something that not only I felt, but that other people could relate to. I thought that was just such a beautiful, way to display art. And I also just loved the idea of just connecting with people. Like, that music was something that could kind of go across different social lines that were drawn in the sand, and it just kind of brought people together. So I just love that aspect of it.
That is really cool. Music it really does bring us together, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
When you look at the music that you've had a chance to be involved in, and your newest single, California Magic, I see this was written by the same person who's written big hits for Ariana Grande and Joe Jonas and Demi Lovato and Miley Cyrus. Do you work with some of the same writers all the time? Do you write some of your own music? How does that work, the process of selecting a song?
So with California Magic, Sherry Short and I sat down in a room and with the producer of this track, Crash Cove, and we just sat down and we started writing. But in general, I think that for me, it's really about who I'm vibing with. I feel like writing is such an intimate thing. Like for me, when I try to write from a vulnerable place, and so even if it's a fun song, like it's my perspective on a fun time. So I really like to write with people who I connect with. So on this particular track, Sherry Short and Crash Cove, we just sat down in a room and started writing, and it just was magic. I mean, it really just kind of came together really quickly, and in general, that's what I try to do.
Now, there's a video that's going to be coming out in July, and I see that there's some VIP cameos. Can we talk about who those are, or is that all a surprise?
It's all a surprise, and we've been talking to some really cool people. I'm super excited, but I can't give it all away, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. And I would even say, this song, California Magic, is it's one single in a series of singles that I'll be releasing that will all kind of go into telling a story. As
you were growing up, were there certain musicians that were kind of a big influence on you that, people that maybe you looked up to and said, boy, I'd love to be like that one right there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, besides my family, obviously, I definitely loved, Michael Jackson. I loved Michael Jackson. I loved Parliament. Was a huge influence on me. I remember, my dad listening to Parliament and listening to the Temptations, and so a lot of old school influences. But then also a lot of I grew up in the 90s, right? So 90s R&B was huge for me. So artists like Brandy and Usher and different things like that were a big influence on me.
Again, our guest today is pop star Gattison. He's got a new single that just came out, California Magic. Now, Gattison, when you look at social media, I think music and social media go hand in hand. What do you think of social media? Right.
I love social media in the fact that it just allows for, a way to connect with people. And I think I said that before, that was one of the things that drew me to music, was the ability to be able to connect with people. And I think that social media provides that opportunity to do it in a different way than we have been able to do it before. And it just gives people, I think, a sense of really being connected to the artist. And I think that, for me personally, like, I love, when I put something out and people are responding to it and interacting with it, and me to be able to respond back and interact back with my fans. So I love social media, and I love what it does for just music in general and a career.
So when it comes to social media, if people would like to follow you, where do they find you online, sir?
For Instagram, it's Gattison Official. If you just type in Gattison, Gattison, I'm the first thing that pops up on Instagram. But on Twitter, it's I am Gattison. I have a Facebook as well. And then ultimately all of my social media you can find on my website, which if you go to my Instagram, which is Gattison Official, in the bio is my website.
Very nice. We're going to throw a link to that in our show notes. Gattison, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. I hope you have all the success that you deserve, and I really wish you the very best, my friend.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Again, our guest today has been Gattison. Instead of a Movie Star Monday, we snuck in a Music Star Monday because he had a new single that released last Friday. I've got a link to all the details in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
If you're a business owner, you should consider using radio. Radio is a powerful tool. Over 90% of us listen to the radio each week. Imagine if this ad was talking about your business, helping you hit your goals. We can help. We can also create a fun jingle, too, to get people singing your song. When you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable, and that makes radio work even better. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. Radio jingles to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Madrid is the capital of what country? Spain.
Spain.
Yeah, Madrid, capital of Spain. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Prague, or Prague, Prague. How would you say that? Is that Prague?
Prague.
Prague. You know what country that's in?
Italy?
No, Prague is in Czech Republic.
Ah.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Birkenhead, England, was a forerunner of the parks movement and the first city in Europe to have a street tram system. There you go. Birkenhead, England. They were the first to have a street tram system. A couple of fun facts right there. These facts weren't as much fun as they were informative.
Right.
I need to get some fun facts. Not informative facts, but more fun facts. We'll work on that.
Well, I learned something.
There you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, the grandiloquent word of the day, bombinate. Bombinate. What do you think bombinate means, Heidi?
I have no idea.
B-O-M-B-I-N-A-T-E. Bombinate. It is to make a buzzing or humming noise. Zzz, that.
Okay.
Zzz, both of those. Bominating. It's kind of annoying, too, I'd say.
Okay.
Bominate is kind of a cool word, though, doesn't it? Don't you think that sounds cool?
Yes.
It sounds almost like dominate. So I'm going to bominate this place. It sounds like you're going to do something really bad, like you're going to blow it up in a very aggressive fashion. Bominate does not sound like the thing that you would use, to make a buzzing noise. Here's the sentence. Mom, why do your toys bominate and mine don't? What? Grandiloquent people.
That is the best
That is their
grandiloquent sentence I have ever heard.
Thanks, grandiloquent word people. I have to pre-read these from now on. Bominate. Today's grandiloquent word.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, some weird news for you. On a Monday, authorities in Midvale, Utah, are trying to determine who sent them $50 for a stop sign that was stolen in the 1940s.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, the Midvale Public Works Department received a letter postmarked from North Houston, Texas, in which a man said he was giving them $50 to pay for a stop sign he took when he was a, quote, thoughtless teenager, end quote. Although the theft occurred over 60 years ago, the man did not list a return address, so authorities have been unable to locate him to accept and acknowledge receipt. So this will have to do. they got your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, why do they need to know who he is?
I don't think that
it's not like they're going to arrest him.
No, I don't think he really wants you to know, or he would have told you.
Or he probably would have put that on
I think it's cool that he felt bad enough about it.
I think that's very cool.
I'm going to send you $50. It's probably, I don't know if that's enough to replace a sign.
Yep, I think that's pretty
cool. But
it's
been replaced for 60 years already, so I don't know. He should have sent the sign back too, I think. But, you know.
He probably no longer has it.
Lost that sign a long time ago. I remember one time there was a vehicle that was stuck in the snow, and a policeman pulled over to help them, and he opened the trunk of the car, and it was full of street signs. Because he's like, well, I think I have a shovel in here, and he opens the trunk, and he closes it really quick. He's like, I got a street sign. I thought I had a shovel. I guess I don't. And he's like, what are all those signs in there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh. 13-year-old Illinois middle school student, keep in mind he's 13, is facing felony charges. And I don't think this seems like he should be in trouble for this. After he taped a conversation with the school administrator. Police say the boy was called into the principal's office to discuss the fact that he had misused multiple detentions. Prior to walking in, he began recording audio on his cell phone and continued to do so for their entire conversation. He was part of the conversation. He knew it was being recorded.
But I think each state is different.
So, but I know in a lot of states you could do that if you know. Anyway,
yeah, as long as one person who's involved in the conversation is aware it is being recorded, it's totally legal.
After arguing with the principal, he admitted the conversation was being recorded, at which point the meeting was ended and the police were called. Now, he's 13. He's misusing detention. I don't know what that even means.
I don't know what that means.
He missed multiple detentions.
Oh.
He didn't misuse them. I read that wrong.
I thought maybe it was like had a lemonade stand going on in there or something.
Like, you guys are all naughty. Got some books here on how to get out of trouble. Oh, they're all blank. Yeah, I just ripped you off. So, sorry. No, that's not. He missed them. Didn't misuse them. Again, I don't think it was wrong for him to record that. What does the other guy have to hide?
Exactly.
So it'd be interesting to see what's on the recordings. But again,
I'd get a good lawyer for that one.
Every state is different. Apparently, Illinois, that must not be okay. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Tell me, Heidi, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or did I make this up? You ready?
I am ready.
Fake news or Florida. A Florida Uber driver has been charged after he pointed a gun at another motorist because he was upset that she was texting. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Wrong, Heidi. This was a true story.
Ah.
A Florida Uber driver has been charged after he pointed a gun at another motorist because he was upset that she was texting. A 41-year-old man by the name of Philip Macchio was arrested Friday and charged with aggravated assault and carrying a concealed firearm. The report said he was driving in Port Richey on Friday morning. I think this is from a week ago. Anyway, he passed a woman and tapped his brakes multiple times. The woman said she tried to pull around Macchio, and then he pulled out a handgun and pointed it at her. During a traffic stop, the report says that he did acknowledge that he had a Glock handgun, but he said he had held up his cell phone, not a gun, to get her to stop texting. The report did not list any passengers in the vehicle. So he says, I never held my gun up, but he had a gun. And she said, I saw him holding a gun. He said, no, I was waving my cell phone at her saying, hey, stop texting.
Yeah.
Start driving. How did she know you had a gun then?
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, this has been Fake News or Florida, and this was a true story from the great state of Florida. If you want to read all about it, we've got a link to it in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is pretty darn good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. Here is a really cool story. Think about back in the day, if you wanted a book, where would you go? You'd go to a store.
Yes.
And you'd walk in and you'd buy the book. Well, that's not quite what happens nowadays. There's all kinds of websites out there. People go there instead. But after tweeting about the worst sales day, an independent bookseller was overwhelmed with support. When a desperate independent bookseller tweeted about experiencing her worst day ever in sales, the community responded in full force. 28-year-old Georgia Duffy took to social media earlier this week saying that her bookstore, Imagined Things in England, only earned $16.16, and then they have $12.34 in pounds. So it was not a big day. She first opened the store in July after she decided to quit a job and open a bookstore. The shop experienced some tough sales here and there, and it's been difficult. And she said if anyone was thinking about buying a book, now would be a great time. A card, a book, anything would make a huge difference for a small business like ours. We'd be very grateful. So anyway, she puts this tweet out. And I'm looking here, and there's thousands and thousands of people who liked it and shared it and commented on it. Within a few days, she was inundated with support. Book orders from people in other places, donations, messages of encouragement pouring in from all over the country. She told the BBC she sold 70 books on Tuesday, compared to her average of about 12. Additionally, an author and a columnist offered to stop in and do a book reading and a book signing. She says the response has been phenomenal. So I think it's really cool. I like to do everything I can to support a local business.
That's very cool. I love that.
And if you can buy it in a brick and mortar instead of, clicking online and doing it, if you can do that, that really helps people in your neighborhood. Now, I'm not trying to shame you for doing things online. I remember a time when I would do that. My wife over here would buy something online and I would shame her for it. And I also understand that I've had situations where I'm going, I can't. I've tried to buy it locally and I just can't get it now. But you know why that is? Because people are buying online and the stores that sold those things are now gone. So sadly, some things now you almost have to get online. But I think it's really cool that people came to her rescue and said, hey, we want to help. So I hope that continues, and I hope that she continues to have that support. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Monday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We appreciate it.